All right, I want you guys to go support Piston Mike. Y'all go hit the subscribe button. He at 480 right now. Let's get him to 1,000, 100,000, 500,000, million subscribers as soon as possible, bid. Let's help him put it down. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. If you like the Pistons, you want to support me, think about sending me a donation. Best way you can help me right now is go subscribe over to Piston Mike and go help him get his numbers up, putting in work, hard work, smart work, dedicated work, consistent work. So make sure you go over there and appreciate that work. So remember, the name is Piston Mike, and I have a link in the description. If you have a problem finding it on YouTube, it'll be under source link or Piston Mike channel link in the description. Peace.
All right, man. Chicago Bears trade Khalil Mack up out the NFC North. Uh, they trade him to the NFC West with the Los Angeles Chargers, but that ain't like really what I want to talk about. But we talk about it real quick. It says sources: Chicago Bears set to trade Khalil Mack to the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's see if Adam Scheffner got the true 411. All right, yeah, all right. Uh, let's see, let's see, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Um. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. So, okay. So here we go. Right here. This is compensation update. The Chargers are expected to send a 2022 second round pick, a 22 23rd sixth round pick to Chicago Bears in return for Khalil Mack. So they really didn't trade nothing for Khalil Mack, right? And is it because of Khalil Mack production dropped off, or is it because Robert Quinn, that nigga had like 20 sacks last year? You know, he had 6 sacks. He only played 7 games last year, so I guess he was injured. Let's see what his injury was. He's 31 years old. So, you know, people say, well, he in the twilight of his career. So he underwent foot surgery. He will miss the remainder of the season. So the previous year, and Robert Quinn when he stepped up this year, I thought it was like I don't know. I didn't know he was that dominant. So, um, so the previous year he had he was All Pro, second team Pro Bowl. He had 9 sacks. So he had double digit sacks in Chicago since his first season there. 12 and a half sacks. He had 15 in the second season in Oakland. And when I'm like, you know, when you don't have consistent quarterback play, you don't have consistent winning. It don't matter how good an edge rush you are, right? It doesn't matter how good you are. You have to have some momentum on all three sides of the ball. You know, people tend to forget about special teams, but you have to have momentum on all three sides of the ball. And everybody say, well, I want a dominant edge rusher for one. Well, let's go to Robert Quinn real quick. For one, it doesn't matter if you have a dominant edge rush. We had dominant pass rush. We had Ndamukong Suh. We had Cliff Averill for a minute. We had Ezekiel Ansu who had a couple dominant seasons. I mean, Robert Porche. I mean, you keep going on and on. He had 18 and a half sacks last year, and he only played 16 games. So 17th game didn't matter. All pro second team. So he balled out in his absence. So I'm not sure what his contract looked like. I mean, just for if you care, if you're a Bears fan watching. So he signed a 5-year, $70 million deal. So they could have got out last season. So he notched in for 3 more years. So yeah, they got production out of him. And that's probably like Robert Quinn ball without him. He'll probably be able to do it without him there, right? So they didn't give up nothing for him, man. Him and Joey Bosa are gonna be scary over there as long as he recover from the foot surgery. So pretty sure the Chargers do a physical. If shit don't look like it's going the right way, they'll rescind that trade. But they didn't give up nothing for him. But you can say, well, we need a dominant pass rusher or edge rusher. You know what I'm saying? The most dominant pass rusher is in the interior. You know what I'm saying? That's where you want to get the most pressure from. Is it right in the middle of the defense? You know, that 3 technique or however you get it. If it's somebody rushing up the middle, because then the quarterback can't step into his throw. He got to get out on the boot. You know what I'm saying? Or out on the edge. So, you know, everybody's saying the draft need a dominant pass rusher, and that's fine. But that don't change wins and losses, bro. It don't. Quarterback have the biggest impact on wins and losses. You know, you can have all these dominant edge rushers. Then why is Von Miller getting moved? Why Khalil Mack getting moved? I know they're a little older. Myles Garrett, he had a hell of a season last year, but without adequate quarterback play. And I'm not saying that If you don't believe, if you like a lot of people say, well, I don't believe Malik Willis any good, right? That's fine. But they haven't watched the tape. And they just saying it because they listening to the media saying that Aiden Hutchinson is the guy. And that's fine, bro. Okay, then. But he's not nowhere near Khalil Mack coming out of Buffalo. He's nowhere near Von Miller, Myles Garrett. And Myles Garrett had 16 sacks in 17 games last season. And without Baker Mayfield playing, playing good, playing, solid, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You have to have quarterback play, and that's where they first scouting to be at. And they say, well, ain't nobody there we like, fine. But you can't afford to pass up having another Justin Herbert situation. You can't afford to pass up on a Russell Wilson. You can't afford to pass up on a David Mills. You can't afford to pass up on a Dak Prescott, Tom Brady. I know how it would sound like, oh, that's his needle in the haystack, but they can't afford to. You need a dominant quarterback to overcome this shit. That's what the Cincinnati Bengals got. They got a dominant quarterback, and who was their edge rusher? The dude from back up from the New Orleans Saints or wherever the hell he was, some white boy. Chicago had a good football team, but what didn't they have? Consistent quarterback play. That hurt Allen Robinson production. That hurt Khalil Mack's production. That hurt Eddie Jackson being one of the better safeties. So when you don't have that consistent like really good quarterback play or consistent quarterback play, this happened. Now we put Aaron Rodgers over there. Khalil Mack foot probably be good too. He probably came back for the playoffs. He probably had 55,000 sacks. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So people say dominant edge rusher. That don't mean what you win. No matter how dominant Lawrence Taylor was, right? He still needed Phil Simms and Jeff Hostetler, whatever his name is, to win a Super Bowl. He still needed them. And quarterback play is the most pivotal thing on that field. And if they had great quarterback play and Trubisky would have panned out, they took Patrick Mahomes, this shit wouldn't even happen. This trade is a no-go. He would have still been there, or they would have took more of a king's ransom to get him because they would have been balling. When you lose, everything hurt a little bit more. Everything tend to go bad. So like I said, for everybody screaming dominant edge rusher, no matter how dominant, how great they are, gotta win. Gotta win. San Diego, good football team, but what's missing? Better defense. They went out there and got them, but I don't know what's wrong. They got Joey Bosa, Darwin James. He was coming off an atrocious injury, but like I said before, now they going to fix their defense. And I really see a defensive draft after them paying Mike Williams all that money. But, Khalil Mack, people so he wasn't living up to expectations. If you don't got everything correct around guys like him, or you don't have a quarterback play, this will happen. So this is my opinion on it, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Let me know what you're thinking. Like I said, comment section. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to notification. We go live. Drop a video if I ain't seen it already. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.